Howdy everyone. I'm not really going off of a script right now, since this video is kind of just like a kind of throwaway video, just for fun. Decided to make it. But, I watched the Backrooms movie yesterday on May 29th, and it was, like, probably one of the best movies that I've ever watched, like, in my entire life. Like, no glaze, but that was probably, like, one of the best things I've ever seen. Like, the writing was amazing, like, it played with your brain, like, in a way that I've never seen movies do before. And I just really liked the movie in general. It was amazing. And the characters were super terrifying as well, especially Pirate Clark, which is why I'm doing this video, because he's probably one of my favorite characters in the movie. Because if you guys haven't seen him, he's like 8 feet tall, he's like super friggin' like lanky. Yeah, just terrifying. Right now, I'm just kind of looking for reference images to model Pirate Clark off of. And, the annoying part was, since the movie hasn't really been released on any, like, major streaming platforms yet, like Fandango and whatnot, there's not really very many high-quality pictures of Pirate Clark, and if there are any, then it's mostly, like, I can't see enough to, like, get a good view on how he looks. But yeah, that's just what I'm doing right now. And if you're wondering why I'm making, like, a giant block the same size as, like, a regular, like, character in Roblox, Mary Klein is, like, 5 feet tall, and Pirate Clark is, like, 8 feet tall. So, I just made a 5x5x5 block, and then see if that was the size of the character, with studs just being feet. So that means I would make Pirate Clark 8 studs tall, which I did not end up going with because that's just way too short. Even though it was realistic, it just doesn't look dramatic enough for how Pirate Clark looks in the movie. So I just decided to just eyeball it, just whatever. I already kind of have a feel for what kind of parts I wanted to use in this. Like, for example, I wanted to use that, like, PVZ looking, like, head for Pirate Clark's head, because they look, like, very similar to each other. And my original thought for Pirate Clark's hat was just, you know, to use the pirate hat that was provided to me by NDC, but, that's not the one he wears in the movie. He wears, like, a tricorn. If you don't know what a tricorn is, it's kind of like the hats that, it's kind of like the hats that, the soldiers used in the Revolutionary War. You get what I'm talking about. I'll show a picture of it on the screen. You guys will understand. Some other characters in the movie that I, like, really hated, not, like, in, like, the, like, hate sense, but, like, I hated because they were scary. Or I think what I mean to say is, some of the characters that I thought were the most scary in the movie was, of course, Pirate Clark, and also, that one redheaded still life lady. Like, when Pirate Clark went into that, like, Christmas tree room, and I saw, redheaded still life lady just like stumbling up to Clark, that scared the ever-loving shit out of me. Like, dead ass. When I saw it in theaters, my heart almost stopped. Because you wouldn't think it would be scary, because she, like, is, like, slowly walking up to him, but somehow it still retained, like, the same, like, scare factor as it would if it was just, like, a jump scare, if not, like, more scary than that, because she just comes out of literally nowhere. Also, another thing I liked about the movie is that they didn't just use, like, CGI shots and whatnot, because that would make it look really cheap and fake. I really like how they use practical effects instead, because it adds more realism. I feel like I was gonna say something else, but I forgot, because there's not really much else for me to say on the effect subject. I just really like that they use I just really like that they use practical effects in the movie instead of CGI. That's what I was trying to get at, golly. As you probably could have seen earlier in the video, I was originally trying to, just use only parts provided to me from NDC. And for the torso, Clark's torso Pirate Clark's torso kind of looked more like rectangular a little. So I decided to use just like a pumpkin pie mesh. But it just wasn't really looking right. And the real kicker that made me not want to use it is because when I put the shirt texture on it, it just didn't look good. It was upside down, and when I turned it right side up, it looked even worse. So I just decided to scrap the pumpkin pie idea, and I used the Bloxy Cola mesh, which ended up looking way better in retrospect. I also want to make it clear that I'm not going to be using this for a game, so don't get any of your guys' hopes up. I'm not going to make a Backrooms game featuring this guy in it, although making a Backrooms game in the future will be really cool, and I think I probably will in the future if I have the time. But if I do, Pirate Clark won't be in it because I probably won't use Kane's interpretation of the Backrooms. I'll probably use my own. But yeah. One of the other reasons I decided to make this video is because I already know how cool it is to see like a game developer like Scott Cawthon or whatever go through their like modeling process and like seeing how it all like comes together. So I just want to make this video, one, because I loved the movie and I loved how Pirate Clark's character looked, and also because I want to show you guys a little look into my like modeling process, and that like I basically never use like Blender at all. Tried before, couldn't even make a lick of sense of it because it's just too complicated for me. I just don't like it. It looks like an airplane cockpit when you open up Blender, I swear. I also tried using, my dad just sneezed. I tried using, the models for, skeleton arms for his hands. And I know the sleeves don't go as short as how they're portrayed in the model, but, I can't be screwed. I can't bother, honestly, and they just look better when it's the whole skeleton arm just sticking out than just the hand. It looks more like lanky and disfigured that way, and that's kind of what I'm going for. Also, I kind of challenged myself to only use, only meshes from NDC. So, like, no, like, spheres or rectangles or anything that's out of the question. That's why you saw me using Bloxy Cola cans for the arms and torso rather than just a stretched out cylinder, because I was trying to challenge myself. Sometimes you gotta do that as a game developer to like, sometimes you just gotta do that as a game developer. Just, you know, test your limits, I guess. Then the next thing I'm really gonna do is just kind of try to, you know, pose, I'm just gonna try and pose the rig I made to match the Pirate Clark rig, or Pirate Clark reference image, whatever. And when it's done, I'll show a little side-by-side of it. And then here's the finished result. I'm actually really proud of how this turned out. On the screen, there will be a little side-by-side of the reference image with the model that I made. Yeah, I tried to make it as accurate as I could, while also keeping that, like, kind of like classic style-esque, like, thingy, I don't really know, of old Roblox. As you can tell, this is really based off of Draggy's models from like dog washing and stuff, because I really like that game. And yeah, bye bye guys, I'll see you in the next video.